Hello, my name is Kes Dugdale and I'm the Director of the John Smith Centre at the University of Glasgow. We exist to make the positive case for politics and public service, and we seek to break down the barriers that too many people face accessing public life. That's why we've tasked the company Message House, a market research company, with the job of polling 2,099 UK adults to look at attitudes towards virtual parliaments and remote voting. And I'd like to take a moment to talk you through our results. First of all, a majority of the UK public believes MPs should continue to be able to debate and vote remotely after COVID restrictions are lifted. That's 51% of people in support of that proposal, with just over a third of people thinking that parliamentarians should be in Parliament to vote. When we look at that from an age and a level of education breakdown, we see that the greatest support comes from those aged 35 to 54 years old. That's perhaps because that's the group most likely to have experienced some form of working from home over the past 12 months. Those aged over the age of 65 are least likely to agree with that statement, suggesting that they take a more traditional approach to how Parliament should operate. The idea of remote votes and debating is seen to help MPs far from Parliament to get more done and to make Parliament more accessible. We asked 5 questions about this, and I'll take a moment to talk to each in turn. First of all, changing to more remote working is seen to help MPs who live a long way from Westminster to get more done. And that was a fairly consistent response to this question across the different audience segments, including those who live both in urban and rural areas. So 64% of people thought that it would benefit MPs representing more remote communities and constituencies. Over 60% of the public think that remote working will help increase the accessibility of Parliament for women and those with caring responsibilities. That's 61% of the UK population, and indeed 65% of women in particular. Then we looked at the degree to which the public thought that they might get a better deal as a result of remote working. And whilst over 4 in 10 people agreed that it would get a better deal for the public, a sizable group of the population just aren't sure. More people agree than disagree that remote working could mean that MPs would be less effective at holding the government to account, which suggests that there's a lot more thought needed to put into this aspect of government scrutiny and accountability. The over 65s were particularly strongly of this view, whereas those aged 35 to 54 were less likely to agree. Again, speaking to that traditional versus younger idea of attitudes to working from home based on whether or not you might have experienced that over the past 12 months. Opinion is also split on the impact of MPs working remotely on the quality of debate. Over a third of people think the quality of debate might decline. Another 39% are neutral, and this suggests that the public needs some convincing on how it might just work in practice. Thanks for watching, and for more information go to johnsmithcentre.com.